60 Stunning Photos from History. Part 23. Actresses protest against the use of corsets in performances. Broadway, New York, 1946. French surgeon Dr. Yves-Louis Doyen performed surgery to separate conjoined twins Radica and Dudica in 1902. A doctor examines a patient at the maxillofacial center of Marie Lanelon Hospital in Paris, 1912. Shaving robot. This handy robot shaving assistant definitely isn't a horrific accident waiting to happen, 1944. A family bicycle with a sewing machine, USA, 1939. Army humor, USA, 1940s. Breast washer, a machine for massaging and or washing breasts, 1930. Advice on marriage from a suffragette pamphlet in the 1910s. Dutch boy with a pillow strapped on his backside to soften the falling on ice while skating, 1933. Donald Trump at the 49th Miss USA contest, 1999. A female firefighting team on a converted motorcycle in London, 1932. A group of people at the beach, Atlantic City, New Jersey, 1910. Teachers on spring break, 1910. Young cotton mill workers in 1909. Marilyn Monroe, Indiana. A toweling bikini poses in a funfair hall of mirrors, circa 1946. A businessman and secretary working in a pool during a heat wave in Berlin, Germany, 1926. Police officer looks after an abandoned baby, 1971. Anti-war demonstrators try flower power on soldiers blocking the Pentagon building in Arlington, Virginia, 1967. The filmmakers took inspiration from various dinosaurs to shape Godzilla's final iconic design, 1956. Berta Baranda received 5 years in prison for cutting off her husband's reproductive organ for adultery, USA, 1907. A Few Seconds Before Happiness, 1955. Sledding down Art Hill after the 1904 World's Fair was over, St. Louis, 1904. A mother and child wearing gas masks during World War I. On the Caterpillar, Women's Pub Outing, Clapham, London, 1958. Rural one-room schoolhouse in Florida, 1870s. Worker in cosmetic company covered with relics of lipstick kisses to prove that dyes in lipsticks are harmless, 1960. The future 32nd President of the United States, Franklin D. Roosevelt, with his cousin, 1910. James Naismith, the inventor of basketball, holds an early ball and basket used for the game, 1939. An American soldier feeds a newborn kitten in a trench, 1944. The most handsome man from the Bodhi tribe, according to the tribe's women, Ethiopia, 2013. American helicopters in Vietnam, 1966. Vintage swing dancers, 1953. This is what the ideal body should look like according to Time magazine in 1950. Scoliosis treatment, 1870s, USA. Shoes of South Vietnamese soldiers who got rid of their military uniform to hide their status, 1975. Homosexual prisoners in women's clothes at a correctional labor camp, Colorado, 1910. As Sero warriors, these Papuans have been wearing frightening clay masks since ancient times, 1970. An attempt to cure a rickety child by pulling him through a hole in a healing tree, Sweden, 1918. The first and only Playboy strike, 1975. Anna Coleman Ladd made masks to hide facial wounds, 1913. A mine disguised as a cabbage, Okinawa, Japan, 1945. A man wearing a wooden collar punished for a crime and left to die of starvation, Shanghai, China, 1874. A peasant woman carrying buckets of milk on a bicycle yoke, the Netherlands, 1946. This little girl was separated from her family, but it was her only hope of salvation, 1938. Bandaged feet, lotus feet, were one of the most powerful fetishes of the Chinese and Japanese in the 19th century. Adolf Hitler and generals inspect the Schwerer Gustav, the largest cannon in the world at the time, 1941. It was hot on the beaches of Florida, 1983. This is how toilets were arranged in the Middle Ages. Workers clear snow from a railroad, Alaska, 1904. "24-year-old Brigitte Bardot in Saint-Tropez, France, 1958. Girls rush to Elvis Presley, 1956. Armpit sniffer, a profession that existed to determine the effectiveness of deodorants, 1980s. Freddie Mercury among fans, Japan, 1986. Actress Ornella Muti in 1978. Opposing captains Norm Provan and Arthur Salmons embrace after the Australian rugby final, 1963. General Nagaoka Gaishi of the Imperial Japanese Army, 1920s. American actress Kathy Ireland plays baseball on the beach, 1987. A stewardess examines a new uniform proposal for Scandinavian Airlines, 1964. During the First World War, fingers were used for reconstructing nose but lost a finger in return. Stroller equipped with a radio, including antenna and loudspeaker, to keep the baby quiet, USA, 1921. Ted Spence, an engineer at the Los Angeles Brush Manufacturing Corporation, demonstrates the hairline brush, 1950.